Israel Adesanya. All right, so here he is, the inimitable last style bender, Israel Adesanya, still undefeated as a mixed martial artist. DC, you tried to bring him in to emulate John Jones back in the day, and he's such a meticulous, thoughtful guy that he said no because Luke Rockhold was in that gym and he thought he might have to fight him one.
He knew that at some point he would reach Luke Rockhold in his division, so he said, you know what? I want to help you, DC, but I can't because of what's going to happen going forward in my career. He did not want to put Luke or himself in such an awkward situation. How about forward thinking? How about forward thinking that would have come to pass only a few short years later? But in Israel Adesanya, you also have the mentality, but the fighting ability to become a UFC champion in only 12, 13 months.
All right, so here he is making his way to the octagon for another heavyweight title defense. This has been the baddest man on the planet now for several years, and he has taken on all comers more often than not, leaving them twitching on the canvas. Knockout power for days. The question is tonight, with a challenge like this, can he walk out the way he came in as the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world? Our tale of the tape for this heavyweight championship fight. Adesanya is 31. Jones is 33. He weighed in at 205 pounds. He will have a 4-inch reach advantage. All right, now for the voice of the octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Herb Dean. This is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, it's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 20 wins, no losses. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Presenting the challenger, Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a look-see-do fighter, holding a professional record of 26 wins, 1 loss, and 1 no contest. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, USA, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world, John Bones Jones!
All right, this is for the championship. You've been given your instructions in the dressing room. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We will have a clean fight. Touch gloves, let's make it official.
They touch him up, and we are underway. Think in this arena right now, 2 of the most dominant, well-rounded fighters in this division.
I mean, these guys are the best of all of mixed martial arts. They can do everything when they're locked inside of the octagon. I'm so excited to watch the highest level of MMA on display tonight.
Well, you saw the tail of the tape. He has a reach advantage and made good use of it there with that punch. Jones gets caught with that punch. Looking to land the right hand, he misses. Stuffs the takedown, no problem.
If your opponent has you in the clinch, pulling down on your head, landing punch after punch, you have got to clear that collar tie, reach back inside, and try to find space.
Able to check the high kick. Just over 3 minutes to go, round one.
End of the clinch. Now let's see if they're going to try to find a takedown or watch for him to employ a dirty boxing strategy. You don't really stand after you take a head kick like this. That is such toughness to even be on his feet right now.
A lot of different looks. He switches to southpaw now. Oh, big left hook there. Oh, that is a huge shot there, DC. I'm not sure how he stayed upright.
I mean, when you get hit with a shot like that, to stay standing shows and talks to your toughness.
Oh, big left. Oh, beautiful strike there by Israel Adesanya. He's got a lifetime in the game, not a lifetime in the UFC, but you see, this is a lifelong striker who is very dangerous with all limbs.
Yeah, and when you're standing with Izzy, you're in trouble, man. You're under constant attack the whole time because you never landed the strike that he was looking for.
Double leg. All right, so the commitment to the takedown pays off. After several failed attempts, he finally gets his first takedown. Now let's see what he can do with it. All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC. All right, got to be careful playing around inside his guard.
Absolutely, John. That's why you don't sit in a full guard. When you sit in a full guard, it gives these guys too many opportunities to chase submissions, and now he's jumping on a triangle.
All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position. All right, north-south position here. We'll see if the crowd can be mature about this, DC. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. All right, so let us now check out some of the action in that round, DC. There was a whole lot of it, including a stunner upstairs that nearly closed the show.
It was a lot of action. It was back and forth action, but the big moment was that big strike to the head that landed, that put him on wobbly legs, and in survival mode. Luckily, he made it to the end of that round.
Man, that was beautiful, man. He's hurt. You had him right there, man. All right, here we go, folks. Round two, Johnny Bones Jones. And on the other side, Israel Adesanya. Oh! Massive kick to the head.
That one was thrown to end the fight.
Yep. DC.
Can't take too many of those.
Oh, really exploiting his reach advantage as he landed the jab there, DC. Well, he's been pretty accurate tonight. He's landed some significant strikes, but his corner's looking for him to mix it up a little bit more and just throw more. Oh, and there's the double leg takedown for him. Beautiful entry there. All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kimura here.
37 total strikes have landed for Johnny Bones Jones. And landing at a pretty good clip, 55% thus far tonight against Israel Adesanya.
Big, powerful punch lands. Now he gets back to range.
Well, the right hand has been there at times, not that time.
I want that takedown now.
Well, he's really starting to land a high number of strikes here in the second round. No denying that he has taken the message from his corner and picked up the pace here in round 2.
Oh, big elbow.
Able to land a combination there. Takedown there by Johnny Bone. All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
Oh, bleeding from his cheek now. That can't feel good. 90 seconds to go in round 2. Oh, the ground and pound strikes continue to rain down. The opponent better move out of harm's way or the referee's going to stop this thing.
He better start to move, and when his opponent starts to posture, he needs to put his feet on the hip, push him away to try to escape this very, very dangerous position.
That kick blocked by Jones. Trying to establish that jab once again. Jones gets caught with that punch. He's treading water now. Got to find a way to move those feet.
Lay some leather. Let's go. Lay leather.
15 seconds. All right, he closes the distance, gets the single collar tie. Trying to go to the body now with the kick. That one misses. All right, so we now look back at some of the action from that previous round, DC. A lot of good highlights on both sides.
I mean, a lot of good highlights from both competitors. They both should be very proud of what they accomplished. But I'm telling you, man, I'm not sure they can keep this up. If they land at this clip for another 5 minutes, somebody's going to sleep.
Not pass. Stay in the guard and do your damage. I don't want you to pass this round the guard. Once you take him down, I want elbows and ground and pound, okay?
Well, this is crazy that this fight is still going on. An appreciative crowd obviously getting behind both fighters. Both guys just brawling like crazy in that previous round.
They both came with an idea that they were collecting $50,000 extra dollars. And right now, I am certain that they're both going to receive that check.
Oh, and he connects there. His hands look good tonight.
So fast. I mean, this guy has tremendous hand speed.
Well, not only has he stayed aggressive as he was in the previous round, landing a high volume of strikes, but he's also been efficient, not just with his strikes, but also with his body movement. Complete performance out of this fighter here tonight. So the unofficial numbers thus far, 53 total strikes have landed for Jon Jones. We're on a pretty good connection rate thus far, hitting on 1 out of every 2. The accuracy rate is 50% against Israel Adesanya. Oh, and he connects with a punch there, DC. You like this guy.
I like this guy a ton. And to watch his punch, I just put a smile on my face.
Oh, massive head kick there. We'll see if he can finish. Oh, straight right. Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to pile up these body shots here in the latter stages of this fight. You didn't see a lot of that in the earlier rounds, making up for lost time here. Oh, single collar tie here.
Right hand punch in the clinch.
Huge block there.
Wow, actually got the takedown.
All right, we'll see if he can apply pressure inside his opponent's guard here, DC. Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire. Well, he's more than content to work off of his back, DC, where he has been a magician in his UFC career. Closed guard. Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. Adesanya gets up. He is back on the feet. Looked like he was in a submissive state on the ground, but he worked hard there to get back to the feet. Blocks the shot. Both fighters here continuing to try to get a more dominant position in the clinch, getting fatigued in the process, I would think.
It's very taxing to be chest to chest, a position we call 50-50 because nobody has the advantage. Who's going to be the one to find that one little area that they can expose to give them the slightest advantage?
Effective punch there by Adesanya.
When he gets to the clinch, usually a takedown follow. Look at how he turns his hip into that leg kick.
Lands a glancing right hand upstairs.
Takedown.
Oh, misses with the jab. All right, 3 rounds down, potentially 2 more to go. We are headed to the championship rounds. All right, so the round is over, but not before damage was done. Cut on the cheek, sustained in that round. Cut man in there quickly as usual to try to seal it up. All right, now we take a look back at some of the action in that previous round, DC. A lot to like on both sides, really.
I mean, both were intent on going forward. And what happens when nobody wants to take a step back? They meet in the middle. That's exactly what they did, and they both found success over the course of that round.
All right, so here we go. You can feel the tension. 4th round is underway. We'll see who has the upper hand here.
You feel it inside of the arena. The fighters feel it inside of the octagon. It's palpable. The energy is crazy because you understand that in the next 10 minutes, someone's going to get a belt strapped around their waist. It's amazing.
Adesanya's kick to the body is blocked. Unable to connect. Punch lands. That's as good a punch as he's thrown all night.
The punch that lands down the middle, the one that you don't feel is the ones that land perfect, and that one landed perfectly. You don't know when that leg kick's coming. Big, oh!
He's looking to land the right, just out of range. Adesanya gets hit by that leg kick. May not be a bad idea to start to check some of these. Just over 3 minutes to go.
Oh, he's hurt bad. He's hurt bad, John. He's got to press him. He's got to go chase that finish down now.
Oh! Yeah, looks a little wobbly on his feet. Oh, he might be out. Throwing haymakers out of the exchange. Oh, big damaging knees here to the body. Well, you've got to admire the urgency here. He is trying to keep the judges out of it, lighten up his opponent left and right.
You take more of these leg kicks, you will not be able to be very active on your feet.
Adesanya gets caught with that punch. He'd be wise to get those hands up. How about that shin?
Nice leg kick lands.
Throwing that jab now again. The fighter evades.
Left hand punch from the clinch.
Looked like he might have landed there. Instead, a
Nice
swing and a
single
miss.
leg entry. Rotates the head outside to a high crotch. Big slam takedown. That was beautiful.
Oh, he's got him in a crucifix now, DC. All of that body weight on his opponent.
He's got all the weight on the upper body. His feet are free to do whatever. But the arm stuck between the legs. He is now going to start dropping hammer fists. He's going to start dropping elbows. This is one of the nastiest positions in all of fighting.
Gets up again here.
He landed it perfectly. Perfect placement. Perfect position. What a huge blow in a big moment in this fight.
Oh, big left hook there. What a fight so far. All right, so there's the end of the round. The storyline over those previous 5 minutes. Volume takedowns, offensive wrestling.
Yeah, this is an exhausting type of fight. Not only for the offensive fighter, but also for the opponent. Always being under attack, always being defensive, always reacting starts to really wear at your gas tank. It's interesting to see who is more fresh going into the next round.
Well, just as he did in the previous round, continuing to land a high number of strikes here, and he hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down. Scary, scary proposition for the opponent. Well, it's one thing to have length, it's another thing to use it, and he does it as well as anyone. Nice kick there by Adesanya. Over the top. This fight's going to be over, DC.
What a great way of mixing up his attack. He didn't stay the course. He mixed it up. He went high when his opponent thought he was going low, and now he's got him hurt very badly.
Oh, and he lands another punch there, and you can tell at this point he is going right at that cut on his opponent's
right at the cut on the eye, just making sure he knows that I'm going to be targeting it. Keep your hands up, and when the hands go up, he will then change the target down low, trying to find finish.
Oh, big knee!
Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him.
Oh, big left. And he connects with a punch there. We'll see if he can follow it up.
He's landed that punch over and over again. What's he going to do to follow up?
Nice 1-2 there.
Big kick.
Changes his stance. Kick home, and now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Such a sneaky head kick. He did not recognize it from behind, and now he's got him hurt bad.
Well, no problem getting inside to land that straight punch. He's got a huge edge and reach, and he made good use of it there. Just missed with the straight left hand.
Ooh, what a punch. He's throwing every part of himself into these big leg kicks.
And both guys really throwing with authority. Again, going back to the jab just out of range. And now he's hurt.
That's one of those shots that if you take one of them, if you end the night, that one landed right on the spot. Good takedown defense by Israel.
Oh, brutal knee to the body. Oh, straight right. All right, 20 seconds to go in the round. Nice punch there by Adesanya. Oh! Well, what a title fight it was, what a showcase it was for this division, but at the end of the day, the champion just did a little bit more, and you got to think he gets the nod, right?
I believe it was the championship experience that allowed him to push through in those spots that he needed to in order to keep his championship. I agree with you, J.A. I think he keeps his belt.
Official decision now in. The buff has it.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score the contest 48-47, 50-45, and 49-46. For the winner by unanimous decision, and still the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world, John.
So there he is, and still the baddest man on the planet, the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world. It wasn't everyone's expectation that it would go the full 25 minutes here tonight, but whatever it takes is what he said during fight week, and that's exactly what he needed here tonight. After 5 rounds, the heavyweight champion remains the same. Congratulations to the baddest man on the planet.